everyone, welcome to Sweet Cake Bakery. I'm Caitlin, and today we're doing a frost with me. So I'm going to frost 4 dozen cupcakes plus a cake while I answer all your questions. So today I got the questions from Instagram. If you would like to be a part of the next Frost Q&A, please follow me at Sweet Cake Bake. So I've got 2 dozen vanilla cupcakes plus 2 dozen chocolate cupcakes. This recipe is actually the one I shared with you last week, so you can check the description for that recipe. I'm going to be using a 1M piping tip from Wilton, my absolute favorite, with vanilla buttercream. It's an American-based buttercream, plus lots of rainbow sprinkles. I have my amazing sister off camera here to help and tell me the questions while we frost. Grab your piping bags, let's get started.
Caitlin, first question, how did you first get your business started?
So I started by watching shows like Cake Boss and Cupcake Wars. I was fascinated with the process and grew up with incredible women who showed me a love for baking. And so I took that into the kitchen, got really experimental, had incredible parents who let me just take over and make a mess a lot of the times. Then my community started to see the baked goods I was making, and they asked me to make specific designs, and that's how I saw, hey, this could be an actual business and I love doing it, so let's do it. That's when I was 14, so I've been doing it for about 6 years now. I'm 20. It's been so fun.
So along that line, someone wants to know how old were you when you bought your first electric stand mixer?
I think I used my parents' one for a long time, and then I got a KitchenAid when I was, I think, 15, and I remember coming back from Christmas break because I got it for Christmas, and everyone was sharing their favorite thing they got for Christmas, and I was like, I got an electric mixer, a KitchenAid, I'm the coolest person ever, when everyone was like, sure you are. It was fun.
How long does it usually take you to make a wedding cake?
Ooh, so it kind of depends on the design and how big it is, but I would say anywhere between 12 to 36 hours, depending on how intricate the flavors and design are.
Caitlin, do you ever get impatient while you're piping? I love decorating, but I have zero patience for it.
I love piping on cakes and cupcakes, but what I cannot stand is piping on cookies. To spend hours upon hours creating this incredible cookie art and then just to eat it, that's something I don't have the patience for, but I could do cupcakes and cookies, not cookies, cakes all day long, cupcakes, because it's very therapeutic, I find, just the consistency of it.
Okay, what is your pancake recipe? Which one do you not love to make?
Ooh.
She is spilling the sprinkles over here, people.
Which one do I not love to make? Oh, I have to.
Do you want me to ask? Not my question.
I just don't think I have an answer. Like, it would probably be something that's.
So sugar cookies are your pancake.
Yeah, sugar cookies are my pancake. I wonder if she meant plain cake. No?
Oh, no, yeah, what is your pancake recipe? Never mind. Maybe pancake or plain cake. We're not totally sure.
Pancake. I'm doing a maple blueberry waffle cupcake soon. I'm
Why?
so excited about it. Just for fun.
Oh, okay.
I just think
someone ordered Red Bath & Beyond candle.
Right?
Okay.
I'm Sophia up in here.
Yes. Okay, next question. Caitlin, do you use your phone to make your videos? Any specific apps?
Yes, so for all my Instagram videos, the sped up ones, I use my phone, just the phone camera I had for years, and then the app I use to edit it is an app called InShot, and I love it because it's free and super easy to do.
At Sweet Cake Bake, how did you get so many followers and views on Instagram?
So for years I was just posting pictures of my cakes and not really engaging with my audience, just like hoping they would come and just sharing with friends and family what I was making. But the change that happened for me is when I realized people loved videos and wanted to see how things were made. And so I just set up a camera and did the whole process and then learned how to edit it. And that's when people were like, oh, she's kind of cool, like I would like to follow her. So that's when the turn was for me.
Did you have a more traditional job before this? And if yes, was it hard to transition to doing this full time?
So I started when I was 14, so technically no, but my parents were both entrepreneurs, from a very young age I was helping them out. My dad's a magician, so I'd be in front of 8-year-olds as an 8-year-old entertaining at their birthday party, which was really fun and kind of weird, but I loved it because it gave me so much experience and time to be with my dad. And then my mom is a dance teacher, so I always helped out in the dance studio as well. Because I had that amazing example from my parents, it seemed really natural to start doing my own thing as well as helping out while I was 14. We're back, we've reloaded, and it's time to continue frosting. Next question, please.
So Caitlin, do you have any advice for people just getting started in the baking industry?
Absolutely. Depending on what you want to do, I would recommend getting out there on social media. One, it gets buzz going, gets your name out there, but it also gives you a terrific way to track your progress. In baking, it can be really discouraging to see a perfect cake on social media and compare it to yours, but to know that you're making progress is super helpful, at least in my experience.
What initially inspired you to bake?
Definitely Cake Boss and Cupcake Wars, but also the incredible women around me who were baking all my life. I just love seeing the joy they brought to others through their bakes, and I wanted to do the same.
What was the hardest part about getting your business started?
Definitely getting a consistent flow of orders. When you first start out, people just don't know, and so you kind of have to prove yourself. That's why social media is great, but also just saying like, yes, I have confidence in myself and I can do it. Yeah.
Do you ever worry that your baking business would not be successful?
Absolutely. There were weeks, especially in high school, that I would have 0 orders and I'd be like, am I doing the right thing? And then I got in college and those highs and lows were still there, but that's any business. You have to connect with your why. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it for the money? Yes, definitely. That's a great thing to keep in mind. But also, are you doing it to bring joy to others, to make a difference, to make a difference in your family's lives so you can provide for them? That's what I would suggest. And connect with your why and let that drive your decision making in your business.
Caitlin, do people know that your adorable nephew is here providing sound effects?
Yes. So along with my incredible sister is my amazing nephew. He is 10 months and just my biggest cheerleader, as you can tell, and just wants to be baking with me. Can't wait to make his smash cake. Best seller at the beginning was definitely cupcakes, and then right now it's transitioned to cakes, the custom cakes I do, which is really fun. But flavor-wise, definitely white chocolate raspberry, huge seller and very popular for weddings, but also just a really delicious flavor no matter what the occasion is.
How did you open your bakery with no qualifications?
Right?
How did you learn to edit your videos?
Trial and error, just like anything in baking for me at least. I'm self-taught in editing and baking. And some things were not that great, but there's a lot of resources on YouTube or just the internet in general to really help you get your style and to understand what you want to do. Far from perfect, but it has really helped me.
No question, I just adore your energy and positivity. It's very inspiring, and also you are so talented! Emoji of rainbow and heart sparkles!
All the things. Thank you so much. I saw that we got a couple of those, and I'm just so grateful for your kind words and your continued support, especially in this new adventure of YouTube. Thank you guys so much.
Now, we don't want to get too controversial or serious in this particular video, but Caitlin, what is your favorite cake?
I know in the last video I said chocolate, which is still very, very true, but just like seasons, my favorite flavor changes, and it's still chocolate with like fresh strawberries, but right now I'm definitely craving a Biscoff cupcake. Oh, sounds so good.
How do you figure out how to price your cupcakes?
So when I started, I did what sounded good, which for business, I do not recommend doing, really sit down, and the formula I like to follow is price of ingredients, your time, just like any job you should get paid, and your expertise. You've been doing this for a while, you should get paid for that expertise, and that will give you a rough estimate of your pricing. Also, you can look into your area to see what cake prices go for around you. So the reason I pause after a couple rows of cupcakes to put on the sprinkles is you want to make sure you put the sprinkles on the cupcakes when they actually will adhere. If you wait too long, your frosting will set and won't have the tackiness it needs to put those sprinkles on there. Okay, cake time! Cupcakes are done, let's bring out that cake. Cupcakes are all done and it's time to work on the cake. So this cake is actually an earth-toned rainbow on the inside, so you can kind of see the colors peeking through from our crumb coat. A crumb coat is just a really thin layer to hold in all of our crumbs to make our final layer of frosting magnificent. Alrighty, so this one, I'm actually gonna take my frosting and add rainbow sprinkles to it to give a really cool effect on the side of the cake. And while I'm doing this, Brooklyn, what's the next question?
It's about time management. How do you balance life and cake?
Well, that's a fantastic question. I don't know if anyone has that quite figured out, but definitely planning is important. It just really helps me to see what I have to do. I'll write it all down, especially on a busy cake day, but really have grace with yourself that sometimes you will be more baking focused, sometimes you'll be more family focused, and that's okay. You can have it all at different times in your life. Our sprinkles are in our frosting and it's time to frost this cake. Pro tip, make sure your cake is cold. As cold as possible will help. Don't recommend freezing it off the back if it's going to be out of the fridge for a while because you can have your cake start to sweat. Okay, what's the next question?
It's about buttercream. So
Yay!
Caitlin, please, how do you get the perfect buttercream? When I make it, it's too runny or too thick.
Okay, so a couple different factors. This could be your butter. It could be too hard or too soft. I recommend just slightly cooler than room temperature. That'll help you have a nice strong start. Otherwise, it could be too much powdered sugar or too much cream. Try just add a little bit at a time.
What brand of tools do you think is the best quality for decorating cakes?
I love my Wilton ones. That's where I started, and I'm still going strong with them because they are so great and they hold up awesome. But for scrapers, what you're looking for is as thin as possible. So I love the one from Iteco because it is thinnest I found.
What buttercream do you prefer and why?
I love an American-based one because I find it's stiff enough and smooth enough with the right amounts of cream to give me a really nice fluffy swirl, which I always look for, but it also is a crowd pleaser.
Would you ever be interested in doing a wedding cake consultation video? How to prep, how to handle it. It would be so informative and helpful.
Absolutely. I love meeting with brides and grooms. It is so fun to hear their love story, get to know them, what their cake dreams are. So I'll definitely add that to the list.
Can you give me some piping tips on decoration?
Love piping tips and that pun. Absolutely. So you always want to start from the top of your piping bag and have it sit in this L shape of your hand. So all your strength is coming from the top to make sure it doesn't go shooting out both ends, and push harder than you even think because that will get you much more of a fluffier swirl as you go. Thank you so much for being here today. It was such a joy to frost with you. If you have any questions for next time, please put them in the comments below. Plus, your favorite piping tip. My favorite is the 1M. I can't wait to hear what yours is. Huge thank you to my incredible sister who asked me all the questions today. Check her out on Instagram at Magic Brooklyn. If you are in need of an MC, voiceover, magician, she is incredible. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and I can't wait to bake with you next week. Bye! Crab walk, crab walk.
Forever!
Forever!
forever.
Thanks. I'm gonna be frosting them with a 1M. 1M. 1M.
Yeah.
1M. Hello.
How did you get so many followers? And
We're back We're back reloaded. Why is that hard to say? We returned, we're reloaded.
and now on to the next question.
On to the next.
Amazing cake, how sweet the crumb.
Can't with you.
Hi, Satu.
Satu.
You can do a blooper reel, Jinx.
It's like I get that excited for cake too. It's okay. It's okay.
Be cool, dude.
Be cool. Be cool. What happened?
Outtakes. I just want to be in here.
Look at the lights.
It's that fondant frog?
Yeah.
What's the taste?
Like the taste. Do you like the fondant frog? Yeah.
Don't eat it.
Yeah, that's good.
And I am telling you, I'm not eating. It's the prettiest cake I've ever seen. And you, you're gonna love it.
I should hope so.